This message is for somebody. I feel like you're getting rid of an old identity, one that was given to you, not one that you claimed but you adapted to. And it's getting ready to go. It's getting ready to go. So be excited about that. There might be like old memories popping back up, but it's not for you to feel heartbroken or ashamed or guilty or none of that. That's not what it's about. It's about you recognizing that that's the old identity that's fading away. So say goodbye. Say goodbye to the old way of doing things, old way of thinking. Those things are just coming up sometimes to show you how far you've come, to give you a moment to reflect, to pause and reflect. Are you still in the same spot you were when that memory occurred, or that incident that kind of, and I'm talking about the ones where it hits close to home, or it strikes your heart in a not so good way. You can have pleasant memories or positive memories that come up as well, but we as humans tend to think towards the negative. The negative will be remembered before the positive in most instances. Eventually that changes as you through personal development, inner development, things like that. That will change if that's part of your plan. If personal growth, if you're really about that life, that comes with it. Your perspective begins to change. But that old identity is going away. So say your goodbyes and let it be a thing of the past. I did a video recently about, certain things that people have said to me. Like, I've had family members tell me that I'm gonna fail, fall on my face, hit the wall, and they're gonna be laughing when they see it. I've had people say I can't be with nobody don't have their stuff together, even when part of, like, they knew what I was dealing with when I had a low point in my life. And I've always, for the most part, I held an identity of being the person, like, on top of everything, being responsible, making sure everything's paid for, taken care of, having, plenty to the side and things like that. And then I hit a low point, and it allowed me to see the people that I thought cared for me, and because they said that they loved me and things like that. And I got to see them for who they actually are or were. So those things like that, like things that people have said that it has made you to, like, even if it started to shift you in a direction of feeling like you needed to prove, like, I'm not this, I'm not that. I think that that's normal. Like, a human, just being human is normal, but being in alignment with the Most High lets you see things so much more clear. Because at that moment that people were saying those things to me, at the same time, God was like, just let them say it, because forgive. What does it say? Forgive those before they know not what they do, and they don't know what they're saying. Does it hurt? Yeah, absolutely. It hurts. It doesn't feel good to be told certain things, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, but for the whole part of my life, like, I actually had to sit, instead of letting that sink into my spirit. I had to think, it's like, Seer, you hit a low point because you were going through something that was mentally and emotionally taxing, and you were dealing with your heart being broken. So you were giving yourself grace to get through that moment, so you weren't as focused as you normally would be. But at the same time that was happening, I was experiencing so much peace and so much tranquility and so much growth in the process of me just letting go and letting things fall as they may. And it was just so funny hearing those words, and then at the same time God is like, don't worry, because they don't know. They have no idea the vision that you have for your life. They don't know where you're headed or the things that you are aspiring to do. And they don't need to know, because there's nothing to prove to anyone. The old identity of feeling like we have to prove, that's fading away. The old identity of, if I don't work to the point of burnout, I'm never going to get there. The old identity of whatever your role or title is at work or at home, whatever that is, some of that's even falling away, especially if you're beginning to see people's true colors and how they actually feel about you. It can be very shocking. It can be very unsettling to realize that you've been opening up yourself or your heart to energies that were not best, or that just were not in alignment. But I definitely feel like some people are there to show you things about yourself that you may not have realized, to give you a better understanding of human nature and how the human mind works, and what connections you actually need around you to help you to grow and prosper. Things not going the way that you had planned, it's a number of things as to why that could be the case. Sometimes you're being shifted in another direction. Maybe there's something you missed. There was a sign that you didn't quite understand, and you're being given a second chance to present a new action, or to gather a new experience, or learn something new, or gain some insight or wisdom into how you can approach a new path or a new direction, or even just taking a new action. I don't know why I felt that so strong. I'm at work right now and I'm taking a break. And it just kind of hit me like this old identity is fading. And you know what is so freeing and so liberating? It's like, if you can get through the tough parts, or if you can remind yourself, give yourself whatever you need to see in your mind, whatever you need to say to yourself specifically, that helps you to realize that even during those times, like, if you can manage to keep your heart open, if you can manage to stay very much so present and not take in everything all at once, whether it's what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and see if it even applies. Like, it's like being in the world but not of it. True freedom and liberation, where you can be yourself, not feel like you have to prove anything, or you have to attach yourself to a certain belief or identity in order to feel heard or accepted or anything of that nature. Like, it's really just a trap, honestly. It really is. It's like staying in a high vibrational state to see things more clearly. It'll let things kind of like almost like run off of you like water. It's like, don't overthink it. Don't think too far into it. What you need to see or what you need to know, you will. It's like easing into a victory. Because I feel like you've already fought a battle. But sometimes our brain, you know, that's when they talk about survival mode. Sometimes our brain or our mind thinks that we're still there and we're not. That's the old identity that's leaving for a lot of you guys too. I think that's it. So just a quick break, and I'll see you guys again soon.